Hello, my name is Tim Edwards and welcome to the Tim G. Edwards Music YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach you 3 chords that will unlock thousands of songs. And these 3 chords are used more than any other chords across music platforms today. These are the chords of G, C, and D. G, C, and D. And again, with those 3 chords, you can play thousands of songs. So let's get started. Okay, let's look at the first G major chord, G major. And if we zoom in a little bit, the first finger will press on string number 5 on the 2nd fret, and then your second finger will press down on fret number 3 on the 6th top string, and then either your 3rd or your 4th finger will be on that very bottom E string on the 3rd fret. You can use the 3rd finger. Some people use that, or some people use the little finger. I typically use the little finger because later on I'll show you a different way that you can play G using your ring finger. But whichever way is comfortable, you can use finger number 3 or finger number 4. And then you want to strum all strings. It should sound like that. So that's G. Again, your index finger is placed on string number 5 on the 2nd fret. Your second finger is placed on string number 6, the top string, on the 3rd fret, and then your pinky finger on the 1st string, the very small string on the bottom, also on the 3rd fret, and then strum all strings. That makes the G major chord. G major chord. Okay? Now, let's look at the C major chord. C major chord. To make the C major chord, you take your finger number 1, index finger, place it on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. 1st set of the 2nd string, the B string. Okay, and then you take your 2nd finger, you skip a string, place it on the 2nd fret of string number 4. Okay? And then you take your 3rd finger, your ring finger, stretch it to fret number 3, place it on string number 5. Okay? String number 5. And you play everything but the top string. Okay? You play everything but the top string. So what you can do on your thumb, you can just barely touch the top string so it's kind of muted, doesn't ring out. Or you can take your 3rd finger and kind of rest it on that string as you press down string number 5. You can kind of rest it up against string number 6. And it should sound something like this. Top one's muted. And if you hear some of these, it's kind of muted. That means your fingers are touching those strings. Okay, so you need to get on your fingertips. Make sure all strings ring out. So you want to strum strings 5 all the way down to 1. Okay, do not strum the top string. That's a C. So again, if we look at G, your index finger is on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Your finger number 2 is on the 3rd fret of the top 6th string, and then your little finger is on string number 1, the E string, fret number 3, and strum all strings. That's G major, C major, index finger again on string number 2 on the 1st fret, skip a string, and then your second finger is on fret number 2 of the 4th string, and then stretch your 3rd finger or your ring finger to string number 5 on the 3rd fret, and then strum everything but the top string. That's C. Okay, so going from G to C sounds something like this. Okay, now let's look at the 3rd and last chord, the D major chord. The D major chord And to make a D major chord, you take your finger number 1, your index finger, place it on the 3rd string of the 2nd fret. Third string of the 2nd fret. Finger number 2, you place it on the very bottom or 1st string of the 2nd fret. Okay, and then you take your finger number 3, place it on string number 2 of the 3rd fret. Okay, and then strum all strings, strings number 5 on down. Everything but the top string. Okay, so to look at all 3 chords again, you got the G, C, D, C. All right, in a moment we're going to pivot to the practice backing track. We're going to practice first before we pivot to that. Practice backing track number 7, using a chord progression of G, 2 measures or 2 bars of G, and then 2 bars of C, 2 bars of D, and then 2 bars back to C, and then back to G again. Okay, so right now the strumming, let's just go down up on the strumming, and then I'll show you a different way we can strum in just a moment. Okay, so get your fingers ready on G, and we'll use down up patterns. Okay, and again we'll play all the strings on G, and then on C and D play all the strings but the very top E. You need to kind of mute it or don't hit it. If you hit it accidentally, it's no big deal. Okay, so with two progressions of D, we'll start off slow. It'll be something like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll change up the strumming pattern a little bit. Instead of making it all sound, the same, down up, down up. What I want us to do is on beats number 2 and beat number 4 of each bar, kind of emphasize those beats. In other words, strum those just a little bit louder. Okay, beats number 2 and beats number 4 is typically when the snare drum hits, to the beat of the song, and so we can just emphasize those beats the same as the snare drum. Okay, so it sounds something like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and Okay, those beats will just kind of break it up a little bit. So really, when you get to the fast speed, it'll sound, it'll make more sense, and actually it'll be a little bit easier to play. Okay, and so you can break out that strumming pattern, just whatever sounds good, with whatever complement track you're playing with, or with whatever other instruments that you might be playing with. Okay, so let's go to practice backing track number 7. We're going to start off like I had in some of the previous other lessons. We're going to start off very slow. You may not be used to changing chords in time, and we want to make sure that you can take those 4-beat strumming patterns, down, up, okay, and be able to change chords, get from G to C without interrupting your strumming pattern, okay? So, and the only way to do that is you practice landing those chords. Now, what I mean by landing a chord, you may start off having to place one finger at a time on the particular string in order to make that chord, because you're just learning, okay? And what you need to do is kind of memorize the shape of the chord, so you can just kind of land all fingers on those correct strings at the same time. So like landing the C, landing the D. So if you zoom in and look at my left hand, you can just land G, land C. You just land those shapes, okay? You just land in those shapes, okay, as opposed to placing one finger at a time on the chord. So that's what you need to work toward achieving. So by allowing you to practice with the backing track that starts off with a slow speed, and then it kind of advances up to a medium speed, and then lastly to a faster speed, that'll kind of help you practice landing those chords, okay? So let's refer and pivot to practice backing track. It's going to play a chord progression of what I played previously: 2 chords of G, or 2 bars of G, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of D, and then 2 bars of C, and then back to G again. So 2 G's, 2 C's, 2 D's, 2 C's, and then back to G again, okay? So that'll give you opportunity to play this through a few times on that, okay? I'll have as always, you'll be able to see on the backing track both my strumming hands and my chord hand, and you'll be able to hear me play just for your reference, but you play along. So let's practice with the track. How was that? Pretty fun, wasn't it, to play? I don't know if that chord progression really goes to any songs, but it'll help you practice changing the chords quickly without interrupting the beat on that. Now that you did so well playing the slow speed, let's pivot back to the track again and play it in a medium speed. It'll speed it up just a little bit more. So let's try it. How was that? A little bit faster, huh? But you can do it. But if you've been playing for a while, then shouldn't be any problems with you. But at least it's fun playing with a backing track, okay? So now let's go to the fast speed, okay? On the fast speed, we'll speed it up quite a bit. You will not see me play, but I'll have the chord progression there just as a reference on the chart. So it'll be a little bit faster, okay? So let's give it a try. Pretty fast, huh? I'm sure you did great. Just over the next few days, few weeks, just refer back to practice backing track number 7 and practice at whatever speed you feel comfortable with. But ultimately you want to keep practicing until you can achieve playing at the fast speed and changing chords, you know, effectively without interrupting the beat and so forth. Some songs are slow, some songs are medium speed, some songs are fast speed. So it's good to be able to play at different speeds using some kind of chord progressions, using the chords of G, C, and D, okay? So the next few lessons, I'm going to be teaching you a few songs that you can play using the chords of G, C, and D. And again, earlier there's actually thousands of songs that uses some variations of G, C, and D. So, you know, over the next 2 or 3 lessons, I want to give you some songs that you can play along with some of those chord progressions there. So again, if you like my channel, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, just so you can be kept informed when I upload new video lessons, and just show your support, and I appreciate it very much. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can email me at timgedwardsmusic@gmail.com, or just leave a comment in the comment section and give me your thoughts on that. But I appreciate you tuning in, and you have a blessed day.